So one of my guy friends gave me permission to make a Hinge account for him because I was telling him how easy dating is with dating apps. And he was telling me that it's incredibly difficult. And I was like, Pete, you must be doing something wrong. And he gave me permission to create an account for him and just run the account. I've been a virtual boy for 3 days. And I've never felt this bad about myself. I feel like a freaking loser trying to get these girls to like me. And I'm starting to hate women because I'm like, when I say I mean Pete, because that's the account I'm using. Pete's about a 6. But I'm so desperate, I'm liking the 2s and the 3s, and even they won't like me back, Pete, which is a 6. So what level of delusion has entered women's heads? Like, what is going on? It is so difficult dating as a boy. I hate it. I'm on day 3 of being a boy, and I hate women, and I'm more depressed than ever.
Yeah, women always say that men have it easy, but the moment they have to walk a mile in a man's shoes, it breaks them. But of course, she starts off thinking that dating apps are easy because she's a woman. 75% of Tinder users are men. And that ratio makes it very easy for women. Women on average get 1 match for every 2 likes. You want to know what it is for men? Men get on average 1 match out of 40 likes. Women are swimming in an abundance of options, and it's dangerous because when women feel like they have unlimited options and endless supply of men, they stop feeling the need to be kind or respectful. That woman at the start says that being a boy on dating apps has made her hate women, and I'm not surprised. When women have that many options, they get cocky. They start throwing their weight around, and there's no longer the need to treat men with any kind of dignity, treat them like they're human beings.
I love when these men think I'm being for real on Hinge. Babe, I'm not here to conversate. This is for my validation only. I don't care that you have a dog. I don't care that you traveled out of the country last summer. Like, we're on a time crunch, babe. Swipe right, tell me I'm pretty, and keep it moving.
These women are reducing men to props to boost their own ego. Oh, you like me? You wanted to connect with me? You're looking for love, a life partner? That's so funny because the only use that I have for you is to be complimented by you. And after you've done that, you no longer serve any purpose. You're to be discarded. Do you remember this graph from my video a few years back? The top reasons why women go on dating apps are because they are bored and because they want to feel good. Those are above wanting a relationship or even wanting sex. We used to think of dating as an audition process. You go on dates, you get to know somebody to see if they'd be a good partner for a long-term commitment. But that is essentially gone now.
If you look at dating as less of like an endeavor to find someone to be with for the rest of your life and more like a game that you do to keep your friends occupied and entertained with all your little stories and bullshit, it's fun.
This attitude is directly responsible for why so many women are unpleasant to interact with these days. Call me old-fashioned, but I am nostalgic for the days when women used to be feminine. I look at those countries where the women are still traditional. They're kind, they're respectful, they're nice to the men in their country. And I feel so much envy. Wouldn't it just be so pleasant to have an entire society of women like that? Here in the West, whenever I see a woman bragging about how many men she's slept with, or getting sloppy drunk and just yelling and being obnoxious, it makes me so sad. I think, what happened to women being ladylike? When women embody femininity, they can be so beautiful. Why aren't they doing that anymore? Why are they acting like this? The reason for women's deterioration in quality that nobody talks about is because modern women these days are no longer focused on men. Think about it. If a woman enters into the dating market with a clear purpose in mind, I want to find a man, I want to settle down with him, I want to have a marriage, I want to have a family. If she has that purpose, if she has that clarity in what is her motivation, it's going to strongly influence her behavior, her temperament. When she's dating, she's going to be conscious of the need to show off the characteristics that make her attractive to men. She will choose to highlight her grace, her kindness, her femininity, because she knows that's what men are looking for in a wife and mother. By focusing on men, wanting to attract men, wanting to please men, it brings the best out of a woman. It allows her femininity to blossom. But when women stop focusing on men and on what men want, they lose touch with their own femininity and they end up like this.
Men are luxury items to women at this point. Women don't give 2 chocolate-covered shits what men want. It doesn't matter to us anymore. This is the part you're not understanding. See, for hundreds of years, the patriarchy dictated that women must get married to a man in order to be able to function in society. But that's not the case anymore. Women don't have to get married to a man to live any kind of fulfilled life they want. Women can meet their own basic needs. In the immortal words of Miss Miley Cyrus, I can buy my own flowers. So the only reason for me to be in a relationship with a man is if he's bringing something to the table, if he's enriching my life in some way. I don't have to get married to function. Women can choose now, and more and more and more, women are choosing not to get married or be in relationships with men. And that's when y'all are losing your minds. You should be spending more time improving yourself instead of bullying women on the internet. And this whole threat of women, oh, you're gonna grow old and die alone. No, we're not. That's not a threat. We have our friends. We have our sisters with us. Did you ever see the Golden Girls, my dude? That's not a cautionary tale. It's a goddamn victory lap.
What an awful, unpleasant woman. Notice how shrill her voice is, how she swears. Her entire tone is aggressive, zero femininity. And what I'm saying is that it's not a coincidence, her being like that and the fact that she's not looking for a man. If attracting a man was her goal, then she would act with a lot more femininity. Everyone in the culture right now is moving further and further away from our true natures. Look here at the older generations of men. Look how strongly they identify with masculinity. And then look at how much more feminine the young men are. And the same in reverse. Look at the older generation of women. They're so much more feminine than the younger women. So how are we going to cure this modern generation of masculine women? I honestly wonder what would happen if you took one of these boss babe women, you know, really strong, masculine, independent, and for 10 minutes a day, you just sat her across from a genuinely masculine man. He doesn't speak, he just looks at her. He's muscly, he's got a beard, he's confident. He's not aggressive, he's kind, but in a masculine way. He just looks into her eyes. I wonder how long it would take before her masculinity just crumbled and she became like a feminine puddle of tears. Like a butterfly breaking out of a cocoon, her true nature emerges as she no longer needs that hard protective shell. What I'm saying is that my theory is that exposure to masculinity in men will create femininity in women. I don't think it's a coincidence that the generation that has the most masculine women also has the most feminine men. And even if a woman hasn't found a masculine man yet, just desiring one will be enough to affect change. A woman who is actively looking for a strong, capable man to be in a relationship with is going to be a lot more feminine. In my private consultations with men, I'm constantly asked the question, where are all the good women? And the answer sucks to say because I think it's going to be very disappointing, but the truth is they're already in relationships. They're not in the dating market, they're already married. Good women exist, but they've already been snapped up. Why would they last on the dating market? I found this video that I thought was so sweet. It was a man sort of semi-playing a prank on his wife by showing her something that he knows she doesn't really care about, just to capture how sweet and supportive her reaction is.
Ready?
Oh, the floor?
Yeah.
That looks good.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yes. Did you do this?
Yeah, I did that.
Today?
I mean, it's taken me a few days to get everything done, but...
Amazing.
Yeah, you
Oh,
like?
wait, it's under that thing.
Huh?
Is this new?
Yep, that's new.
Nice. Can
This
I
is
get
new.
on it? Nice.
Yeah, girly, go ahead. What do you think?
I like it. It feels a lot
Perfect.
cleaner in here.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Does she really care about the interior detailing of the car? No, but she cares about her man, cares about her husband. This is what a sweet, supportive woman looks like. There are lots of good women out there, but they're somebody else's wife. Good women don't last long in the dating market, and why would they? If you met a kind, feminine, supportive woman who you knew was going to be an amazing wife and mother, would you let her go or would you lock that shit down? You'd think, holy crap, I found one of the good ones. Quick, let's get married. You're not going to want to let her go, which is why it's so easy to get depressed as a single guy in the dating market because you're looking at the available women, you're thinking, such poor choices to choose from. Yeah, dude, the good ones are taken. So if you meet a high quality woman, don't fuck it up. up. But there's more to it as well, because being in a relationship like a marriage or a long-term commitment with a masculine man is going to create more and more of those positive qualities. The longer the relationship goes on, ideally she should be becoming more and more feminine. Back when she was single, she had to be masculine. She had to look out for herself and be independent. She had to work and grind and deal with all the problems of life. But now that she's married, it's not just her anymore. She's part of a team. And so who's going to handle all the masculine problems that arise in the relationship and in life? It's going to naturally fall to the man. He's the masculine one. Finally, she can explore her own femininity and handle all the feminine tasks of life. So this is what we need to cure the poison that has infected our society, is collectively, we need women to desire men again, to have securing a man as one of their goals. If they do that, then watch, their natural femininity will arise. Because if women do not have a man and masculinity as their North Star guiding them, then the whole thing becomes completely toxic and women are extremely confused. But of course, that's just half the problem, because how do we get men to start being more masculine again? Do they need to stare at a feminine woman for 10 minutes a day? No, that's not going to work. Masculinity is different. It requires a different strategy. If you think that the same thing is going to work in reverse, then you still don't understand how fundamentally different masculinity and femininity are. I'm going to spend the rest of the video explaining this, so if you've been curious about how to tap more into your natural masculinity, you're going to want to see the rest of this video. It's available on Patreon. That's where I post the full-length versions of my videos. What I post here on YouTube, these are just the shortened abridged videos. If you want to keep watching right now, this video plus like 700 others, come over to my Patreon. The value is incredible. The back catalog is massive.